Tarot, where we embrace the light within ourselves and within others. My name is Rachel Riley. If you are on my channel, welcome back. If you are new, welcome to my channel. Stick around, you might like it. Anyway, today I want to get into this video about why I woke up at 6 a.m. without a job and how it changed my life. Okay, so you may be asking me, Rachel, why the heck did you wake up at 6 a.m. if you didn't even have a reason to wake up? Why would you put yourself through that? Aren't you a night person? Well, thank you for asking. I used to be indeed a night person, to the point where when I was a server, I would intentionally ask for the night shifts just for the sake of sleeping in, because I was cool to work all night, work till midnight, work till closing the bar, so I could sleep in the next day, so I could have the day to myself. But what I did, why I woke up at 6 a.m. was because I wanted to change my identity. I wanted to align myself with a successful person. I wanted to act as a successful person acted. And I found that when I didn't wake up at 6 a.m. before I started changing my routine, I was not working on my business, not working on my creativity, not taking care of my health. And my excuse was, well, there's not enough hours in the day. You know, I get up at 9 or 10 and then I don't have time for my friends. And I watched someone's video, Doughty, on how he woke up at 6 a.m. And, you know, when you wake up at 6 a.m., you are up early and you kind of have to do something because you're up already, and that forces you to work on your business, work on whatever's creative. It gives you this special little head start on your day, because when you wake up at 6 a.m., most of the world is asleep unless they work really early or they're very quiet when they get up. So it's dark outside. It is, you just feel like you have this edge, like this head start to your day. And once I started getting up at 6 a.m., I would do yoga. I would meditate, I would eat a nice breakfast, I would relax, and I really started looking forward to getting up at 6 a.m. every day, because it helped me start my day in such a great way, because I was like, I have all the time in the world. I have time to meditate, I have time to do my gratitude, I have time to do yoga and take care of my body, I have time to enjoy a beautiful breakfast and listen to lo-fi music outside while it's quiet, and I don't have to worry about, you know, the kids, the household, work, myself. Like, I have that hour, that big hour to myself, and then the hour after to do yoga, and then an hour to do my makeup and outfit, to where, you know, I'm already done with everything by 8 a.m. and after 8 I can just go straight into my business or a creative outlet that I want. So that's why I wanted to bring such an awareness to people, like why you should get up at 6 a.m. even if you don't start work till 9, even if you are unemployed. I think it really, well, actually I know it will really help you to bring in that successful, that $1 million, that successful man, that successful woman mindset. Because when you're up at 6 a.m., you don't have an excuse not to get things done. You actually have a head start, so you can, you know, get your physical activity in, you can eat breakfast, you can, you know, go after your goals, and then you have all this extra time, so you can go hang out with your friends in the afternoon, or you can plan a date, or, you know, have more time for yourself. And I feel this is especially beneficial towards single moms or women that are working and taking care of the household, because it gives you that little extra carving of time. And I feel like whenever I don't get up at 6 a.m., if I somehow miss it, oh, I get moody. But yeah, so that's why I feel like getting up at 6 a.m., even if you don't have a job, will really change your life, the law of attraction. And also, I want to talk about atomic habits. So I have this notebook here, but there is a book called Atomic Habits. I'm not sure the author, but you can go on podcasts and listen to it for free like I did. And it talks about why it's so hard for us to break out of certain habits. Like, have you ever decided, you know, I want to eat healthy? Excuse me. And then when you start eating healthy, you find that you keep going back to junk food, that you might try it out for a week and then you just fall off. And you're like, why does this happen? Like, I know I want to, but why does it seem so challenging? Well, the way the author breaks it down is Habits are just repeated behavior over and over. So if you have a repeated behavior to go for junk food when you're upset, go for junk food when you want to binge eat or something like that, it's going to take on autopilot. So if you want to change your habit, you've got to go in your subconscious mind. So these are some things that I found from this podcast I want to share with you, because it has helped me change my habits, because I have a lot of goals I want to hit, and one thing I've had to work on was time management and also changing my habits. I do want to eat healthier. I do want to really dedicate myself to my business and spend less time around people who are sucking up my energy, people that are energy vampires. But I fall into that trap over and over because I had a habit of hanging out with these low vibrational type of people before. So I'm learning how to break this habit, go at it like an addiction, go at it from the scientific place of view. So what you want to do every time you see yourself repeating behavior you don't like. So say you want to eat healthy and you're eating dinner and you're hungry and you find yourself reaching for a snack, what you need to do is call yourself out in person. While you're reaching for that cookie or that chip, say, oh, I'm reaching for that cookie, and that's not what healthy Rachel does anymore. And when you're calling yourself out and eating it, you're gonna feel so bad. You're gonna be like, oh, and not, it is a little bit shaming, but in the same way, it really brings that physical aspect to it, because you're not just thinking, oh, this is bad. You are saying it while you're in the act, and there's still time for you to put it back, or at least to become aware of what you are doing. Or if you're quitting drinking, oh, I'm thinking about getting a beer. Oh, there's a beer in my hand, and Rachel doesn't drink anymore, so what am I doing? So yeah, and also when you plan your day, this is where I used to kind of stumble on my to-do list. I would say 8 o'clock, eat breakfast, 8:30, do yoga. And then I thought it was cool to-do list, right? Well, no, apparently when you want to plan your day, you want to say what, where, and time. Because they did a study where if they asked people how to vote, and when they asked the people, okay, how are you going to drive to vote? What place are you going to vote? When will you be there? The more detail, the more what, where, why, it added this social pressure to it. So when you add that pressure to yourself, if instead, write your to-do list like this: 8 a.m., I will eat breakfast at 8 a.m. in the kitchen. And then write again on a second line, at 8:30, I will do my yoga at 8:30 in the living room. That way it's super detailed. It says, okay, at 8:30 in the living room, I'm doing yoga. What, where, why, or yeah, you get it. But the more detailed you are, the more pressure it brings. And then when you start to think of that time, you're like, oh, I need to be in this room doing this at this time, instead of it just being random, because too many decisions can clog up our brain. So you want to just cut those decisions out and plan it out. So yeah, and if you want to quit a negative habit, may that be smoking, may that be drinking, may that be, just hanging out with people that aren't good for you, associate the negative with negative feelings. So say I don't want to keep going back to the food thing. Say that you don't want to stay up late. So you're like, every time I stay up late, I wake up later in the morning, I wake up behind schedule, I'm not in a good mood, I feel bad, I feel like I miss my goal, I don't have enough time to do my makeup pretty, which makes me feel happy, so I have to skip out on my makeup when I stay up late because I don't have enough time to get up to do that, or I don't have enough time to get my work done and I don't feel accomplished, or I don't have enough time to have that little hour to myself that I really look forward to. So when you associate that negative habit with that negative feeling, that will help your brain stop going to it, because we only crave these habits because of the payoff. That's everything, payoff. That's why, half the time when we are looking forward to something, may it be a vacation, may it be sex with somebody, may it be kissing someone, may it be being successful, being hot, when we like these things, half the time, it's not even getting it that gives us that emotion. It's thinking about it. It's the anticipation. It is craving. So, and they did a study on adults whenever they enjoyed mostly planning out their vacation more than the actual feeling of being on vacation. So when you're in that dreamlike state, you love it so much and you crave it and you're anticipating it. So if you can put a good habit with that craving. So say, I want to be successful because when I'm successful, I'll be able to move to this state. I'll be able to move to my dream house and my dream state, and I'll feel relief. I will feel freedom. I will feel secure, financially secure. I will be able to travel more. And when you're thinking about that, you're thinking about the successful part of you. And so now you think, now, well, what would successful Rachel do? Successful Rachel would take risk. She would set up her finances correctly. She would get up early. She would hit her goals. She would not care about making herself look a fool. She would go ahead and do what it takes and take care of her body, her mind, her spirit. Associate only with people that are like her or on the way to growing, and then become that version of you. So you're going to associate all these good feelings with the good habits. Yeah, I know I'm like running everywhere, but yeah. So again, put the positive with the positive and the negative with the negative. So whatever negative habit you're trying to cut out, smoking, drinking, drugs, just, changing your whole schedule, put a negative thing with it. Ugh, when I do this, I feel icky. When I do this, I feel really great. When I do this, I feel good. I feel craving. I feel anticipation. So yeah, and now I want to talk about, let me get a drink of water. I want to talk about habit stacking. So once you've started to get good at planning your day out, at this time I will be doing this in this room. You can do this little thing called habit stacking that he talks about in his podcast, in the book, Atomic Habits. So habit stacking is when, let's say at 12:30 I record a YouTube video. So at 1 o'clock I finish, but to add a habit over it, so I'm already in that mindset of work, I will stack a habit onto it. So at 1 o'clock I will edit my thumbnail, and at 1:30 I will plan out my day the next day. So that's habit stacking, because you're already in one habit. Okay, I recorded the video in 30 minutes. Okay, the 30 minutes after, I edited the video. Okay, the 30 minutes after, I created my schedule. And this happens on a subconscious level anyway. This happens, when you're walking in the laundry room and you pick up a dirty piece of clothing, and then you're like, oh, I need to change like the toilet paper. Oh, I need to get a new razor for this bathroom. Oh, I need to clean up the makeup on the sink. You subconsciously already habit stack every time you walk in a room. Now you're just bringing awareness to it, and you are doing it from a conscious effort, and you're doing it to level up. Like everything I'm talking about in this video, I feel like if we're gonna have our energy, we should use it to the best advantage. If we have time, all of us have time. I don't care how rich you are, how poor you are, how much you have going on. We all have time that we can carve out. That's why I get up at 6 a.m. And if you use your time to your advantage, you can get to where you need to be. You can be the most successful person ever. You can change your entire identity. I believe this 100% for you guys. So I want you to take advantage of it. But yeah, so the last thing is, another little trick he says in his podcast is how to add a habit to something that you enjoy doing. Yes! And it's also reward yourself after you reach a good habit. So if you want to be successful and spend more time creating content and working on business and marketing, what you would do after you spend 30 minutes marketing, or 10 minutes, even just 10 or 5 minutes watching a marketing video, you would reward yourself with something that you like. May it be like a Capri Sun. I really love Capri Sun, so I'll give myself a Capri Sun. Or I'll go hang out with friends right after, because I'll be thinking in my head the whole time, okay, after I do this, I can go hang out with my friends. I have something to look forward to. Oh, after I do this, I can like have a brownie, or I can have a Capri Sun, or I can listen to that song I've been looking forward to. And then also, if there's something you don't like, a habit you're trying to get into and you're still kind of nervous about, if you add it to something you like, I really like listening to tarot pick a card videos on Why I'm Amazing in the background. So what I will do is I will, figure out how to get on like Etsy and learn about Etsy while I have the YouTube video in the background. So my brain is associating something good with the Etsy shop. So if you do this over and over, something that you like, it doesn't have to be YouTube, whatever you really like that gives you pleasure, it doesn't have to make sense. If you put that in the background, or while you're doing it, you focus on a new habit you're building, your brain associates the good with this new habit. So what we're trying to do is, once you go to that habit, even if you don't have the good thing, your brain is going to associate with this being good. Like the experiment with Pavlov and the dog, where he would put the food out and then he would ring the bell every time, and so he would go get the food, and this one time he rang the bell and there was no food there, but the dog came so many times that he started like drooling because he's like, food, when he heard the bell, but he saw no food. So that's what we're doing in a human sense. We are associating this new habit with a good feeling. Yes, my loves. Okay, so that is why I get up at 6 a.m. That's why I think everybody should, regardless if you have a job or not. It will change your life. It will give you a head start on your day. Also, I talked about atomic habits. So every time you see yourself repeating habits you don't like, call yourself out in person. Plan your day with the what, where, time. Associate negative habits with negative, positive with positive. Start habit stacking and do something fun that you like in the background when you start a new habit, because your brain will associate it with feeling good. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. You guys have a wonderful day, night, rest of the evening. I love you so much. Bye.